Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. My story is mixed between Christianity and Islam. Both my parents are Christians. My mom and dad are Christian. The way it started off, two of my brothers, older brothers, we share the same mom but different dad, but their dad is Muslim, alhamdulillah. And my younger brother, we have the same parents, both parents are the same. I grew up from a young age with my stepdad in Uganda. And basically, he used to take me to the masjid from a young age, and I was going to the masjid at that age, and he used to listen to the Quran. He used to listen to Sheikh Abdullah. That's what I could remember, and I used to hear the adhan as well. But what happened that when he left, with my dad, with my mom and dad, my stepdad and my mom, they left for England. I was then, I had to live with my real dad, who is Christian. And then he's a Christian, obviously, and he was taking me to the church, and I went to a boarding school as well for 8 years. That way, I lost touch of Islam, and I was involved in boarding school. There's a lot of haram, a lot of immorals, which were not in line with Islam. And that way, I longed to see my mom and my stepdad, because in that way I was connected with Islam. My mom promised me before I came over here, she promised me that when I come here, when I finish my education in primary, I will be able to come to England, which eventually I did after 8 years. During the time in Africa, we used to go to, in the boarding school, we used to go to church Sunday and Wednesdays, as they normally do. They go Wednesdays and Sundays. And obviously, in Christianity, they believe Isa alayhi salam is the son of God, and that's what they believed. And also, they do a lot of blasphemy. They talk without knowledge about the real purpose of life and why we're here. For a long time, I was disconnected from Islam. When my mom left and my stepdad left, they left in '91 to come to England. From '91 all the way to 1999, I was living in Uganda. I came here in '99. When I was reunited with my mom and my stepdad, that's when I felt the Islamic household, spiritual life when I came over here. It took a while for me to actually get back my old ways of Islam that I was previously accustomed to and enjoyed in Africa. So I went to school in Kingston, Beverly School. There's it's a predominantly white community, and there was a bit of racism and bullying. talking about my education, that actually didn't help me with my education because it was a bit of a distraction. And before I finished GCSE studies, I got involved into running and doing activities that will help me actually mentally and keep me strong, which I did and was very good for me. The thing that sparked my interest in Islam was when 9/11 happened. I was in school at the time. I was in sixth form. I remember it was school hours, and one of the teachers said, "Oh, 9/11, the Twin Towers just happened. There was an incident that happened." I didn't pay much attention to it. What actually got me really interested in Islam is that my brother started practicing. My older brother and my younger brother started practicing Islam because they lived with my stepdad most of their lives anyway. And they started practicing. They started giving me dawah about Islam and getting me engaged and asking questions about Islam. And that really was a turning point for me. That was about 2001, and I asked them questions. They told me about how Christians believe that Jesus is God, and I was really shocked because I never believed that. I used to believe before, prior to my Islam, that Isa alayhi salam was just the son of God. That's it. I didn't go further than that. These other people, especially in this country, they're telling me they believe this is God. I was shocked when I met a Christian group in my local area at that time in Kingston. They told me the same thing, and they reaffirmed what my brother was talking about, that really Jesus is God. And I was really shocked. That really put me off Christianity. And then on my 18th birthday, my brother gave me a Quran as a present, and I didn't read it. And he also gave me Illustrated Guide to Islam. That one I was flicking the pages because it has got a lot of pictures in it, and it's very interesting. I started listening to audio. He gave me an audio on Khalid Yasin, Purpose of Life, which was very interesting and very informative about Islam. At the end of the lecture, there was a Quranic recitation audio by Abdullah Basfar and Surah Al-Fatih, which is very, mashallah, very touching, and it had translation in English as well. That got me interested in Islam even more, because it really was hitting my heart, because it was amazing, alhamdulillah. I was going through some hard time just after school, because I had to change school after sixth form. I had gone through hard time, and I was struggling a little bit. And I said to myself, let me give Islam a go, because what my brother was telling me, both my brothers were telling me, I felt was the truth. And I told them that evening I want to take my Shahadah. So we went to the masjid for Isha, I believe, and then they introduced me to the caretaker. His name is Ali. He told me to take a ghusl. It's a shower in the masjid, which I did, and he briefly explained Islam to me, and then I took my Shahada. That was September 2002. everybody was welcoming, alhamdulillah. And obviously I had family support. My brother was, my two brothers helped me. Even the next day after my Shahadah, the very next morning I went to the masjid for Fajr, because my older brother and my older brother used to wake us up, me and my younger brother, to go to the masjid for Salatul Fajr. From then on, I just carried on going to the masjid. When my a bit moving forward into my life, when my mom left Kingston, she came in this area in Charlton. I had to move later on. I had to move in with her in Charlton, and that's why I met the brothers in Woolwich. The first brother I met was on the bus, Brother Bashir from Woolwich. He told me where the masjid was, and I went to the masjid. I met the brothers. I was going to that masjid for a long time, and I've got a lot of friends and brothers from that masjid, alhamdulillah. How I get to know Lewisham Masjid is one neighbor of mine is Muslim. His name is Abu Kasha. He probably Imam Shakir knows him. He brought me to the masjid and introduced me to the brothers and introduced me to the Imam, and that's how I got to know the masjid of Lewisham. And from then on, I started going between Lewisham and Woolwich, back and forth, Lewisham and Woolwich. But I was more connected with Woolwich because it was local to me. Brothers, alhamdulillah, they were very supportive. They helped me on my journey to Islam, and also I'm very grateful for Imam Shakir, one of my imams who used to teach me Quran for over 10 years. It was very good to me, alhamdulillah. May Allah reward him and preserve him. Ameen. That's my journey to Islam.